morning, everyone, and happy Friday. And thank you all for joining me, whether you found this channel, whether you've subscribed and you see the notification come in and you've joined for this healing session. We are Friday, the 11th of April, 2025. And I'm feeling really constricted. So what we do in this work together is I use energy medicine to shift what is stagnant, what is contracted, what is false within that holds you back in dysfunction or um, what is really running the show. And today we're going to work with belief systems. Now, there's nothing inherently wrong with having a belief system. Cultures and traditions are based on belief systems, and when they're flexible and when they're flexible and they're not rigid, they're absolutely fine. The problem that we're going to be dealing with today is not knowing your beliefs, looking for outside sources or outside people, situations. It could even be broadcasting to fill you in on your own beliefs. So it's not those beliefs, even though they seem like they're your own, they actually muddle up getting in touch with yourself. I don't really like that, but they become your own beliefs, and that's the space from which you live your life. Although you've been greatly influenced and programmed. It's important to know why you believe what you believe. Why you believe what you believe. And so as soon as I'm tuning into this globally, I feel like I'm being squished and torn apart at the same time. So what we're going to do is first we need to anchor. We need to we need to anchor the mind. Not really. Oh, I'm in the diaphragm and there's no space for life. Uh, There's no space for breath. There's no space for expansion. And there's no space here to look at other viewpoints. So maybe you'll meet someone from a different culture, or maybe not even from a different culture, but someone that has a different viewpoint, a different belief system of their own. And instead of coming together and learning something, maybe shifting something within yourself, there's this contraction and defensiveness that comes in, and then a lashing out saying that that person is wrong. It can go either way. So, what we're going to start to do is untangle belief systems out of the diaphragm. And what is the source of your belief system? Is it something that you heard? Ooh, is it something that you've been told? Did you question these beliefs? Do you even know what you believe for yourself in your own life? So we need to start bringing up small intestine's energy and anger, healthy anger, to start moving apathy out of the diaphragm of, well, this is what I've just been told. It can go for all things. Oh, this is what I've heard. This is what my parents told me. This is what my neighbors told me. This is what we've believed generationally. This is what I've heard globally. Start to move that apathy and replace it with curiosity. What do I believe? And why? Why do I believe that? And if you follow that string of curiosity, why do I believe that? Maybe you'll see, well, I don't even know what I believe. Oh, and that hits me in the gut. I don't even know. And then I have a sense of what I believe, but I don't know how to put it into words. And so that's your own work. That's what we're doing here. Following those threads of belief systems, not all of them, but just some of them, where you feel really, really defensive and pathological anger or aggressiveness or meanness or spitefulness comes to rise and says, "No, I am right." Ooh, good, there's a shift here. So we're using that healthy anger from the liver, which is able to plan and organize. Hold on, I can plan and organize information, starting to use that small intestines to start discerning discerning what you're seeing. It's very hard now with AI and all these things. Everything looks real. So we're going to use that discernment, that intuition, that enteric brain to come up and give you a felt sense like, oh, something here smells fishy. Something doesn't seem quite right. Let me do some investigation for myself. Let me get curious about this for myself. And following the breadcrumbs within yourself where you feel defensive towards other people's point of view. Ooh, without having an air of curiosity. This is even within yourself, those really limited things, those you know, habitual mind that comes in and takes over curiosity in life. So we're in the diaphragm. It's really sticky. It's very rigid. It feels almost like it's a cinder block. And it's this very strange experience that I'm having. I feel like I'm being torn apart and compressed at the same time. So there's a limited amount of space for life to come in, and then being torn apart between right and wrong within from not knowing what you believe, what is right for you, and why you believe what you believe. There's nothing wrong with the belief system. But when you start imposing your belief systems as the only belief system, you know that you're in a defensive place. That's a very dangerous place. I can, have a different, someone from a different culture and say, this is how we celebrate, I don't know, this is how we celebrate Christmas time or their festive time or their restful time. I'm not going to say, no, you're wrong. I'll just go, oh, that's so cool. Tell me about that. Let me hear about your traditions. Tell me about the foods that you eat. Why do you have this tradition? Where did it originate from? And then maybe I'll share my own from my own Polish culture. This is what we do. This is where it comes from. And then you have a global perspective. Oh, there's some commonality. There's some common threads. Oh, there's some commonality. And so we can start getting into relatedness, back into relationship with others, with ourselves. But when we come from that very defensive space of not even knowing why you believe what you believe, it's very difficult. There's hardly any room, there's no space for life. So, calling up small intestines energy for discernment, utilizing anger, healthy anger from the liver, moving up into that diaphragm. And then we need to create some space. Ooh, the dispelling rigidity out of the diaphragm is really important. This is our emotional processing center. This is the diaphragm massages our organs and makes sure that the liver and the stomach and the spleen and the pancreas are well massaged, that they're soft. So we need to start, here we are with this massaging and the loosening of the diaphragm starting to dispel within you. You can start bringing up for yourself where you're absolutely rigid. That rigidity within you could be even in your own life. This is how a coffee is made, and this is the only way to make a coffee, and this is the way that I've been making the coffee for 25 years. And if someone else shows me how to make a coffee in a different way, then they're wrong. I'm right. Or you can have the opposite. Oh, this is the way I've been making a coffee for 25 years. Oh, I must be wrong. They must be right. They've been making coffee like that for 25 years. They know more than me. I must throw all of my beliefs out the window and inherit theirs because they're right. So you can have either, I'm just going to extremes so that your prefrontal cortex can start to mull this through your body mind, starting here within yourself and shifting within you your own rigidity, the and then shifting that rigidity into curiosity. Why do I believe? What are my beliefs and why do I believe that? So important. Why? Where do these traditions come from? Where does this habitual thinking come from? Oh, there. It's like I feel it starting to move. It feels like a brick. Oh, it's still really hard to take a breath. So the chest feels like it's being contracted. So, and like a heavy weight. So we need to dump blame here. Okay, no blame. It's not anyone's fault. No one's fault. I see often, and even within myself, very easy to get lulled into blame victim consciousness. Very easy. Very easy. Oh, I'm in such a bad mood. If that person wouldn't have cut me off in traffic, then I wouldn't have been late, and now my day wouldn't be like this. And it goes on and on and on. So, no blame. There's no one to blame. Not even yourself, not even your neighbor, not even your parents or your grandparents, not even the primordial ooze from which you came, not even others, not even other countries, not even anything. But it is your responsibility how you react, how you respond, how you respond. So responsibility, the ability to respond, the ability to respond. Sometimes the best response, sometimes is taking a breath before shooting at the hips. Whew. Okay, bringing a hydration. We're doing a Seedry to the lungs. Got to shift this. It's really heavy grief, really lots of grief. So shifting grief out of the lungs. We're going to do this as a Seedry. I keep doing this, opening up the lungs, opening up the lungs, draining that grief. There we go, draining that grief from the lungs. It wants to go up and out, up and out, up and out. So breath can come in, so the breath of life can come in, so you can breathe. So you can breathe, and then there's space. There we go. Shake that out. Oh, yeah, shake that out. There we go. Oh, I could feel my body going quiet. The diaphragm feels nice and loose. Now some curiosity has come in too. Not every day is the same. Not every person that you meet is the same. Not every belief is the same. And dumping from their rigidity, even that you hold within yourself for strict rules for yourself, not even knowing why you believe what you believe. All right, my back is coming in here. There's a little bit of we need to do a strong backbone. Strong backbone. Not a pushy backbone. Not a forcing backbone. But a strong backbone to stand firmly, flexibly within your own self from that space of knowing what you believe and why you believe it. And then flexibility to shift gears. If you think about the backbone, it's like a tree. There we go. Trees are flexible. When the tree becomes rigid, that's when it breaks. That's when trees break, when they're not firmly rooted in the earth. So this is the same of being grounded within your enteric plexus, within your gut, within your intuition, within Mother Earth. Grounded, not being swept away by thoughts, fully grounded, anchored. Those roots run deep. And then the tree that sways. You can see trees over here in Canada. We have massive windstorms. And the trees, I'm like, oh my God, it's going to snap. It's going to snap. And the wind, the tree just bends right over. And even the head of the tree, the crown of the tree, touches the earth sometimes. And then the tree sways back. And it's just moving with the times. It's moving with the wind. It's flexible. But as soon as rigidity comes in, if the tree is rigid, then it breaks under any sort of pressure. Firmly grounding that backbone, that flexible backbone within, to be curious, to bend, not in a way that you're bending over, but flexible to know, leaning in and having a relationship with someone in the sense of relatedness. Oh, let me hear their point of view. Maybe I don't know everything. Maybe I don't know about this. Maybe I can learn something different. And so we're going to link this to the eyes, both physical and subtle sense of sight, anchoring that to the heart and dumping all filters of, when we get in those tunnel vision, that tunnel vision within the eyes. It can go either way, right? Either way. If you have a strong belief that coconut water is the only electrolyte water, and it's the best form of electrolyte water, well, then your eyes will only seek out proof or information that confirms your strong belief that coconut water is the only way to go. And this goes for everything. So we want eyes to be seeing for what is. What is. All right, anchoring that to heart to individuate. We're going to dump those filters. And we're going to just I feel like we need to do an auric cleanse here. Just this beautiful auric cleanse and a little bit of a protection here. Ooh. So imagine a gold light, like a gold light. I'm doing gold liquid. You can do whatever you like. About 3. I'm doing mine pretty far out, as far as my hands can reach on either side. Creating this beautiful egg around you. And this filling up with liquid. So it's going to gold liquid. So it's going to clean all the auric fields. It's cleaning out. Oh, this feels so nice. It's going to clean the hair and protect the hair strands, the skin. It's going to melt on you like a nice protective glove all the way down to the soles of the feet. Oh, and there was the breath. All right, I'm tapping this in for everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you all next week.